Hi guys, so my name is Manon and I'm from France, but I've been living in the US for about 5 years now. And here are 6 differences between the two countries that are pretty funny. I have funny stories for each one of them, so let's get started. So the first difference between France and the United States is free refills. So we don't really have that much free refills in France. It happens at some places, but usually not a restaurant. Like maybe some stores will have like a little cafeteria with free refills, but it's not that common. It's pretty rare, and I never seen it at restaurants. But I know it's coming because a lot of American thing and lifestyle are coming to France. So for example, doggy bags, we didn't have any, now it's coming back to France, but it's coming to France, I mean. But free refills, it's funny because at restaurants in France, you usually buy one drink and that's all you get. If you want another one, you have to pay again for it. So I used to drink some Diet Coke, and so when I came to the US and I realized it was free refills almost every restaurant, they always came, refilled my glass even without me asking. I thought that was the best thing like ever. I was so excited. I felt like it was amazing that I was like having so much drinks while paying only a couple dollars. I was so excited, always getting refills over and over again. I was like so happy and I thought it was so cool. And now I don't really drink any soda anymore and I don't use refills, but when I first came in the US, that's for sure one thing that I thought was amazing. So another difference between France and the United States is tipping at restaurants. So in the United States, I got to learn that waitress didn't really have a salary, or they only had earned a couple dollars or whatever. So that's why we tip, because they basically live on their tip. So they need tip to be able to live out of their work. But in France it's different because they have a normal salary, so you don't have to tip in France. I almost never tip in France. I only tip if really the person was extremely amazing and good and nice or funny. But I only maybe tipped like 3 times in my entire life in France. And it's not, you don't have to. You really don't have to because I have a normal salary. So my parents came to visit in the United States like 2 years ago, maybe, for the first time. So they didn't really know, especially my mom, like she never really went before. So she didn't really know tipping. Like when I first came in the US, I didn't know about tipping that much. So we went to a restaurant and we paid everything. Then we had taxis when we pay. And so it's time to tip. My mom was like, I'm not tipping. Why am I leaving more money when I already pay what I like my food? And my boyfriend, which is American, was like, you have to tip, you know, they don't have a normal salary, it's part of the restaurant experience, like you have to tip. And you should know about that. When you go to a restaurant, you need to remember to pay the food, taxes, and tipping. It's just part of the experience. And my mom was like, no, there's no way I'm leaving more money when I already paid. And she didn't want, it was not like because she wanted to be rude or she doesn't like Americans or anything. It's just she didn't, it's not in the French culture to tip. So for her, it was just like, why would I pay even more money? Like she didn't really understand that. So finally she did tip because like my boyfriend kind of explained to her what was going on. But it was just so funny because it was just a clash in culture. My mom was like, I'm not tipping. My boyfriend's like, you have to tip, and it was just really funny. Another one is taxes, because in France taxes are included in every price already. So if you go to the store, like the price wherever on the box or whatever, it's the price you're going to pay for sure. The taxes are already in that price. But in the United States, at restaurants or stores, usually like you see a price, but then they will add the taxes after, so you don't know exactly how much you're going to pay. And it's something like I still struggle with. I still kind of forget about that. And when the first year I was in the United States, so it was like a day before I had a dance at school. So I went to a store at the mall and to buy shoes. So I was excited, but it was like kind of last minute, so I needed to really get my shoes. So I got my shoes, and I don't remember exactly, but it was like maybe 20 bucks or something. And I have almost exactly $20. So I go to the cashier, I start paying, and they're like, okay, so with taxes it's going to be, and I missed like I think $1 and some cents. I was like, oh my gosh, like I need some shoes because I'm so late. I'm not going to be able to go to the mall before the dance tomorrow. Like I need those shoes. So that was super embarrassing, but I stopped someone in the store and I was like, excuse me, like do you have any dollar for me, because like I'm trying to buy those shoes and I need a couple dollar more. And the girl looked at me so weird, but she did give me a couple dollars. And it's like so embarrassing to like just ask someone in the store for a couple extra dollars because like you want them to help you pay for your shoes, but like I just, in my mind, I was so confused. Like I forgot about taxis. I was ready to get my shoes. I was late and I was like, I need those shoes. So I asked someone. So yeah, that's kind of embarrassing. So another funny thing is restaurants again. Waitress. So in France, as I said, we don't tip because they have a full salary, but in the US you do. And I think that's why part of the restaurant experience is completely different in France than the United States. But in the United States, they come to see you like every like couple minutes to ask if you are okay, if the food is good. They're coming back for a refill. They're making sure, you know, you don't need anything else. They're making sure you don't have to pay the bill yet. You know, they always look at your table and see, oh my gosh, okay, I need to refill the glass, or oh, they need that, or whatever. In France, it's not that. Like, you don't see a waitress until you try to get one to come and you raise your hand. Otherwise, they won't come to you except to give you food. So for me, like I was so used to the French experience of a restaurant where you're alone the entire time except for when they bring the food. They don't come refill your glass or anything. They don't come to ask if the food is okay most of the time. So you're pretty much alone eating by yourself. But in the US, some restaurants are more than other. They will come like all the time. Is your food okay? Do you like it? Is everything good? Is your steak okay? Is your potato still hot? Do you need anything? Do you need a refill? Do you need water? Do you need Diet Coke? And just like so much the first time. Like I was like, what is she doing? Like, can she just leave us alone? Like she's been coming like 6 times already in less than 5 minutes. Like stop. Like I'm sick of you coming to ask me questions. I'm trying to eat. I'm on a date, like get out of here. And it was just such a difference because in France you try to get the waitress, you can't get it, and in the United States it's more like they come a little too much, you like kind of get out of my face. Get out of my face. So I think it's kind of funny, and I kind of still wish there was a middle ground between France and the US, because I felt France is like just such a long time. You wait for everything, you have to fight to get a waitress. In the US it's like too much for me sometimes. Like they just come too many times and I don't like it. So I wish there was a little middle ground in there. So I don't know if you guys know, but in French we do la bise, which means like you really kind of kiss someone's cheeks to say hi on each side. So you're like, you don't really actually, your lips don't really touch their cheeks. You kind of just pretend and make a weird mouth noise. And you go on each side. And it's something that especially younger people do all the time to everyone. I do that to my friends, to my family, to even people I don't know. Like if I meet friends and they're friends of friends, like I will kiss them to say hi. And so I came to the US and I kind of forgot, like we don't do that in the US. But people like do like full hugs or like half hugs on the side to say hi. And so since I was so used to at least to do something when I see someone and say hi, like I just don't say just hi. I have to have like physical contact, and I used to kiss them on the cheeks when I say hi to people. So when they told me no, it's better to do a hug, like you can't kiss people like that, like it's really weird in the US, then I started hugging everyone. But in the US, even if you do sometimes hugs, a lot of people don't. They just say hi, they maybe have a handshake. Like hugs are not that popular in a sense, like you don't hug every single person you see. But since in France you kiss almost everyone you see, like I just changed it to hugs. So I was hugging everyone that came to see my host family. Like I was like, hi, and they were like, okay. And my host family was like, you don't have to hug everyone. Like it's so funny, like it's sweet, but like some people can be like a little weird out if you hug them like that. So I think it's just funny how I replace like. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of these 6 differences between France and the United States and my little stories behind them. And let me know in the comments what kind of other things you would like to see. If you want to see more differences between France and the United States or whatever, let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye!